Over the course of 15 seasons, Criminal Minds produced some incredible cases, and some which didn't reach the same heights. The show follows the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit, or BAU, as they travel all over the United States, profiling and capturing serial killers and other criminals. In many ways, Criminal Minds is a fairly standard procedural drama, but the show's complex understanding of criminal pathology makes for a fascinating investigation into the psychology of crimes. Criminal Minds went through a lot of cast changes over the years, so it's only natural that the seasons should fluctuate in quality. Main characters would come and go relatively often, and the show is at its best when the team at the BAU has some time to gel. Aside from the issues with the cast, the show's quality is also impacted by the caliber of villains that show up each week, and the guest stars who play them. There's a huge difference between the best and worst seasons of Criminal Minds, but when everything falls into place, it can produce some riveting cases. So at number 15, we have Season 10. Who remains a fan favorite character. This iteration of the team doesn't gel as well as earlier seasons, and the show lacks its usual emotional impact as a result. Season 10 focuses a little more on the personal relationships of characters like Hodge and Beth, but these stories from Season 4. There are a few other high points, but Season 14 spends too much time looking into the show's past and not enough time developing new and interesting storylines. The most controversial plot point of Season 14 is JJ's confession or love for Spencer. This comes completely out of the blue, and it goes against the nature of the relationship. The fact that Season 15 ignores their unlikely love affair was how poorly received it was. Number 13, Season 12. Mainly for its underwhelming send-off for Hutch. Thomas Gibson, the actor who plays Hutch, was fired after an altercation with a writer, so perhaps it's not surprising that he was given a forgettable send-off. Hutch and his son are forced into witness protection to escape the serial killer known as Mr. Scratch. Season one highlight is episode 15, Alpha Male, one of the best Criminal Mind episodes based on real cases. And then, number 12, we go to season 13. Mainly due to its even more cast changes. Following the cancellation of the spin-off, Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, and there are some glimpses of Criminal Minds' fantastic potential. Unfortunately, these moments are few and far between. Constant upheaval of the show's cast in its later years doesn't allow the team to replace the outgoing Jennifer Love Hewitt, and she makes a charming addition to the cast. The Dirty Dozen arc, which runs throughout season 11, is a thrilling case, and it sets up a memorable send-off for Morgan. Season 11 also features two of the best guest appearances in Criminal Minds, with Aubrey Plaza and Danny Glover each appearing in brilliant episodes. The highs are high, but season 11 struggles to sustain them for extended periods. Highlight. But it doesn't make up for the baffling decision to rid the show of two of its best characters. Fans eventually got what they wanted, and both actors were brought back into the fold. But their temporary departures served as an unwanted distraction throughout the entire season. Number 9, Season 15, for a fitting finale. Season 15 provided the best season in years, and it proved to be an appropriate finale for Criminal Minds. Despite its truncated length, Season 15 manages to wrap up each character's arc with care and diligence. Reed and Garcia provide many of the season's highlights as they deal with the mental toll of their years of work at the BAU. Despite a marked decline in its later years, the ending of Criminal Minds was a reminder of all the best aspects of the show. And then at number 8, we have Season 9, with JJ back in the spotlight. Season 9 keeps returning to the mysterious relationship between JJ and the new BAU Section Chief, Teo Cruz. Excuse me. Eventually, it's revealed that the two have previously worked together on a mission to capture Bin Laden. It's a fairly ridiculous premise, but the show manages to sell it fairly well. Season 9 has its ups and downs like any other, although its excellent two-part finale sees the team self-referential high drama. Linguistics expert Alex Blake's addition to the team was short-lived, but she still has a great dynamic with Spencer in Season 8. Criminal Minds introduces the Replicator, a serial killer who mimics the techniques of Criminal Minds that BAU had pursued before. It's a meta twist to the series, but rather than feeling like an uninspired retelling the greatest hits, the show manages to keep things fresh. The main downside to Season 8 is the absence of Emily Prentiss. In number 6, we have the debut season, number 1. Criminal Minds doesn't nail down all of its strongest elements in its first season, but it's still a remarkably strong debut. Fans will always have a debate between Rossi and Gideon, despite Gideon only appearing in the first 2 episodes. Season 1 ends on a thrilling cliffhanger as Ellie is shot in her own home. This raises the stakes for the rest of the show as it showed that nobody was safe. Number 5, season which is an interesting undercurrent as the team works together throughout the season. As usual, Criminal Minds ends with a brilliant season finale. JJ's husband, Will, gets taken hostage in a bank robbery, and the team faces a race against the clock to save his life. And number 4 is Season 5, Akja's Darkest Hour. Among a string of gripping cases, Season 5 delves further into the personal lives of the team, including a trip to Rossi's hometown. Season 5 also features one of the best episodes directed by Matthew Craig Gubler, Mosley Lane. But the outstanding story of the season by far is Hotch's confrontation with the Reaper. This leads to no signs of a sophomore slump. Sword of Minds improved on an already strong first season with a remarkable sophomore outing. The show began to hit its stride in Season 2, developed some of the team's most interesting storylines. Spencer begins to struggle with addiction. Elle's traumatic episode at the end of Season 1 causes her to shoot an unsub. Season 2 also starts to introduce more graphic and compelling serial killers than the first season, one of the ingredients which is vital to the success of the show. And number 2, Season 4. Perfect blend of crime and character. Season 4 introduces the Reaper, as well as plenty of other delightfully despicable criminals. Prentiss and Spencer infiltrating a grisly cult provides one highlight, as does Spencer's relationship with his mother, played by the excellent Jane Lynch. In episode 8, Masterpiece, Jason Alexander plays a narcissistic serial killer who sees his crimes as an expression of his genius. He makes for one of the show's most chilling villains, and Masterpiece holds a claim to the title of the best episode of Criminal Minds. And now, before we dive into our number 1 season of Criminal Minds, we'd like to remind you this episode has been sponsored by ExpressVPN. If you're looking for a better way to surf the internet and privacy without prying eyes, and to keep your data private and secure, you want to check out ExpressVPN today. Use the link in the description and join ExpressVPN today, and you can help support the channel. And of course, go ahead and buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold if you love our content and want to help us grow. Without further ado, at number 1, of course, if you've done the math and followed along, is Season 3. The 20 episodes of Season 3 are packed with so many highlights that it can be difficult to keep track. Rossi joins the BAU, and his arrival solidifies the show's best lineup. Rossi brings a completely different approach to Guinea. He's more sociable with the team altogether. Season 3 delivers on the premise of the show better than any other. The team uses their unique skills to face off against some incredibly compelling killers, and this makes Season 3 the ideal introduction to Criminal Minds. So now, we'd like to ask you, what was your favorite season in Criminal Minds? What was your favorite episode in Criminal Minds? Who was your favorite character in Criminal Minds?